Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Deaconess Elizabeth, and it is Friday, January the 20th, and I'm here again for your daily devotions. And today our devotions come from Romans chapter 9, starting at the 19th verse, and we'll finish out the chapter today, so if you'd like to follow along, you may turn there now. One of you will say to me, "Then why does God still blame us? For who resists his will? But who are you, O man, to talk back to God? Shall what is formed say to him who has formed it, 'Why did you make me like this?' Does not the potter have the right to make out of the same lump of clay some pottery for noble purposes and some for common use? What if God, choosing to show his wrath and make his power known, bore with great patience the objects of his wrath, prepared for destruction? What if he did this to make the riches of his glory known to the objects of his mercy, whom he prepared in advance for glory, even us, whom he also called, not only from the Jews, but also from the Gentiles? As he says in Hosea, 'I will call them my people who are not my people, and I will call her my loved one, who is not my loved one.' And it will happen that in the very place where it was said to them, 'You are not my people,' they will be called sons of the living God." Isaiah cries out concerning Israel, "Though the number of the Israelites be like the sand by the sea, only the remnant will be saved. For the Lord will carry out his sentence on earth with speed and finality." It is just as Isaiah said previously, "Unless the Lord Almighty had left us descendants, we would have become like Sodom, we would have become like Gomorrah." What then shall we say? That the Gentiles who did not pursue righteousness have obtained it, a righteousness that is by faith, but Israel, who pursued a law of righteousness, has not attained it. Why not? Because they pursued it not by faith, but as if it were by works. They stumbled over the stumbling stone, as it is written, "See, I lay in Zion a stone that causes men to stumble, and a rock that makes them fall, and the one who trusts in him will never be put to shame." Okay, so this is a continuation from our reading from yesterday. And as we heard from yesterday, where Pastor was talking about predestination. And so verse 20 here opens up with a question, but who are you, O man, to talk back to God? Shall what is formed say to him who formed it, "Why did you make me like this?" So kind of looking at the creation, asking the creator, "Why did you make me like this?" Then continuing by saying that the potter has the right to make pottery for noble purpose and some for common use. Well, here we have Paul is very upset with the Jews and how they had turned away from God, and so he quotes Hosea to show how God had mercy on the Gentiles, or how he has mercy on the Gentiles. And so he says, "To those who are not his people, he will call them my people who are not my people, and I will call her my loved one who was not my loved one." So Israel was supposed to be his people and his loved one, but they turned away from him, and the Jews turned away, and they did not see Jesus, who was right in front of them. And so the message is for the Gentiles who were not originally his people, but they received the message. And so this chapter closes with the fact that the Gentiles did not pursue righteousness, did not do anything to obtain it, and they have obtained it. And the Jews pursued a law of righteousness and did not obtain it, because they pursued it by works and not by faith. So, and then at the very end, the title of the section talks about Israel's unbelief and how the Jews, or Israel, stumbled over the stumbling stone, which is Jesus. And the verse that we have here is, "See, I lay in Zion a stone that causes men to stumble, and a rock that makes them fall. And the one who trusts in him will never be put to shame." So for those who reject Jesus, he is a stumbling stone for them. But to those who put their trust in him, they will never be put to shame. So that is our reading today. Our hymn is going to be hymn 410, "Within the Father's House," and we'll sing the first verse. Within the Father's house, the Son has found his home. and to his temple suddenly the Lord of life has come. And we'll conclude with the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Well, thank you for joining me for today's daily devotion. A few announcements here for this weekend and for some upcoming events. So this Sunday is our voters meeting. Also, we still do not have many people signed up for refreshments following services. So if you'd like to do that, I don't think we have anyone signed up for this Sunday. So if you'd like to sign up after church for an upcoming week to provide refreshments after church to allow for some more fellowship time following the service, you may do that. The sign-up sheet is over in Nice Hall right before the kitchen. So there's that. And then next weekend, we are going down to Austin for the Rally for Life. And we are hoping to get a group together to go down there. There is an RSVP link both in our newsletter and also shared on our Facebook page. So if you'd like to do that, we would like to carpool down there. We'll be leaving the church parking lot here at 7 in the morning, and we'll be back that day as well. But the rally itself is from 1 to 4 in the afternoon. So we'd love it if you could participate, but please let us know so that we know who to expect. And also this Sunday, so in 2 days, I will be needing our youth registration forms. I know I've heard back from some of you, but please let me know if you're planning on going to that so I can get us registered and I can secure that early bird discount for all of you guys. And that will be in July, middle of July. The 18th through the 21st is the actual conference, but we're hoping to do some fun things at the tail end of it. So allow about a week around that time for travel and for some fun things as well. Those are the announcements that I have for today. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Friday.